Reginald didn't much like heretics. Did he say heretics? More like heretic this. Reginald here, thanks to some lovely bolter buffs and huge buffs to the Thunderhammer, and I will have a video on that soon, stay tuned. I think it's time I provide a Crusader themed build for these iconic weapons. Build name, Reginald's Crucian Crusader. Intended role, frontliner. Weaponry, Crucius Mark II Thunderhammer or Ironhelm Mark IV Thunderhammer. For the ranged weapon, it'll be the Locke Mark II B bolt gun or the Godwin Branks pattern bolt pistol. For the hammers, pick your preference. I've been enjoying the Crucius a lot lately with its snappy repeating overhead light attacks that deal impressive single target damage, as well as the really solid power attacks that are now much more reliable. On the other hand, the Ironhelm does have quicker attacks with the more flexible powered strike and its large cleave effects. It's truly a preference, I think, at this point, without an obvious winner. I've heard adherents of both, and both got buffed. I'll be deep diving these in a later video. As to the Locke bolt gun, it provides much needed and excellent on the spot horde clear, as well as a reliable flex into anti-armor or anti-shooter or anti-whatever, as long as you can tolerate the reload and draw times. However, if you find yourself struggling against specialists and disablers because of the aforementioned draw time, then the bolt pistol is the themed solution to this problem, and after its significant buffs, it is much better overall than it used to be. Curios. I am taking 2 +1 wound Curios to feed martyrdom, and a single +3 stamina curio as a general utility. I find losing this stamina hurts more than losing 1 wound off of martyrdom. Blessings and perks. Right now, I am still recommending Carapace and Unyielding on the Thunderhammers for perks, along with Headtaker and Thrust 4 for blessings. For the bolt gun, I am finding Pinning Fire and Puncture to be the new king, while Surgical and Puncture remain the best choices for the bolt pistol. For perks, I find that Maniacs and Unyielding remain the best choices for both of the bolt weapons. Fear not, however, as we now have total blessing and perk freedom, so it's not like you're going to get stuck if we discover the secret new meta a few weeks from now. Key talent nodes. This is a martyrdom build. It is heavily oriented towards damage output compared to other martyrdom builds I have done. The key nodes that make this build work are Purge the Unclean, Immolation Grenade, Thy Raft Be Swift, Duelist, Until Death, Fury of the Faithful, Sustained Assault, and the whole Martyrdom Keystone. If you find yourself dying too much, just drop Sustained Assault and the node just before it, and Duelist, and pick up Bleed for the Emperor and Vicious Offering, and you'll be tough as nails at the cost of some damage output. Playstyle. This build is designed around an aggressive frontline playstyle with heavy sweeping blows to stagger and knock down enemies, light overheads for quick cleanup of moderate threats, and powered attacks of various types for those glorious big bonks. Again, I'm favoring the Crucius right now, so that's how I'm playing it. The bolter serves as a support horde clear choice for when the enemy is dense and you want to trade ammo for time, but it has general utility by being just a really good gun as of this patch. The Immolation Grenade helps provide horde clear for truly dense situations when you've already expended your bolter magazine and don't have time to reload. It also has decent utility for supporting reses or defending choke points, things like that. Horde clear is important because the thammer still is kind of slow into hordes, and this is a major weakness of the thammer. If you find yourself struggling with disablers, just swap to the bolt pistol. I know I mentioned that already. I guess also the revolver if you really have to, and smile your way to victory. This is basically how I have been playing the hammer lately, and it's been feeling great. I know for many of us, Darktide skill tree is hardly news, but I suspect this itemization patch will prove to be incentive enough for a lot of new or returning players who are less familiar to start asking questions. Hope this guide finds you well. Thank you all so much for visiting. Bye-bye.